It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. Hope you're all ready for this one. Coming up next.
This is a city that's hosted more Super Bowls than almost anybody else. And, oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way, too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
What a perfect day for football. And we're off and running from Raymond James. To return, Jerome Ford. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
After winning the national title at Clemson and early success at Houston, there's no question that Deshaun's career has been slowed by some injuries and other challenges. But when he is on the field, at every level he's ever played, he's just got a calm. And that calm comes with the trusting of talent that he has in himself. He knows how to run, he knows how to throw, and when he's available, he's still a difference maker.
They pick up 20 yards there, and that's good for a Cleveland first down.
Best run games in this league at balance can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. That stop made by K.J. Britt.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, here's Watson. Into the hands of Elijah Moore. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that gives the Browns a first. The give inside to Chung. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, Watson. Finds the in route complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Chubb here on first down. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Working from the gun, Watson. He'll get this to Tillman. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Hopkins knocks the extra point through. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Hopkins has it on the tee, and he's ready to send it flying. Bucky Irving now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here now are the Buccaneers on offense to begin their first drive. They are brought out by former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field. You just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Finds his man, it's Godwin. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Baker out of the pistol. Got Evans, it's complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's the give to Irving. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on first down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Mayfield now from the gun. Complete to his man, Sterling Shepard. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on it. And then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Baker now from the gun. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Oh, those linebackers. Those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw. It changed its direction.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Ready to go with our second quarter. Buccaneers with the ball and a chance to score. To throw is Mayfield. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Second drive coming up for this Cleveland offense. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early, and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. All right, here we go. Second down. Running left, it's Chubb on the top. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
The Buccaneers add another DB. Third down coming up. First throw for the backup now. Escapes the pocket. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day, and he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Hard to do better than that, a 66-yard punt. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, here's Baker. Completes this one to Otten. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. Second down now, 7 to go. Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. Throw left side, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Teammates notice when they got a guy willing to take it on the chin to get rid of the pass. That's a pass that's going to earn a lot of points with the other 10 players, not just today, but when they go back and watch that play on tape.
Irvin here from the gun. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
2nd and 10 now. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is that completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, the big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
3rd and short, Mayfield. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Hauled in by Godwin. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Baker now off the play fake. On target to Godwin. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. The Buccaneers driving ahead. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. This throw is caught. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Mayfield to throw again. And oh, he got it! Interception! Denzel Ward makes the play.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
Cleveland's offense all set to take over. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Watson. Has him on the quick hitter. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Cleveland.
From the gun, Watson. That's complete, David Njoku. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Watson on 1st and 10. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Sticking to the air with Watson. That one complete to Njoku. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, Watson. Got a man, it's Njoku. And they touch him down, looks to be about 4 yards short of the sticks. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Watson. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Has the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns will add to their lead at the end of the half. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns double their lead to 14.
Buccaneers, nothing.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. He'll throw it. Finds his man. It's Godwin. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. He's back to throw. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. Intended target there was Mike Evans. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Throwing it just before halftime. He puts some power on a deep one left. Big gain downfield. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. So late in the half, Brock, why not take a shot downfield? And their prayers are answered as they come up with that late touchdown.
You know, this is just a case of who wants it more. If you're in that secondary, all you're thinking is knock the ball down.
Yeah.
Even if you make some contact, right? They rarely call pass interference on plays like that. But somehow, some way, the ball winds up as a touchdown.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. And the kick is good, so they take some valuable points off that lead right at the end of this half. So that's halftime here in this one. The Browns on the road, but currently in front. Now we'll keep it in-state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Hopkins has it on the tee, and he's ready to send it flying. On the return, here's Irving. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Tampa Bay sending its offense out to begin the 3rd quarter. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Baker now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Second down now, 7 to go. Right back to Irving now. And he's going to go down right along midfield stripe. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
First and 10, it's Mayfield. Brought in left side by Godwin. And he goes out a little short of the 40. Second and 3 now. Running left, this is Irving. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, here's Baker. That's going to be caught by Evans. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. That was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end. Second and 6 coming up here. Mayfield now from the gun. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
Third down, here's Mayfield. Gets it to him on the screen. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, okay? Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Offense set for a first and 10. Baker throwing again. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more, or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Offense to the line for second down. They've got a man in motion. Another try following the sack. This one finds Irving. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And now they have a first and goal.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Thought he had a touchdown there. It's 2nd and goal.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So the incompletion on first, here's 2nd and goal. Mayfield set to pass. And they will score. It's a Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Chris Godwin touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Buccaneers tie things up at 14. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Here's Ford on the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you've got to imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that gives the Browns a first. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Here's Chubb up the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Again, it's Chubb. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Staying on the ground here with Chubb. And again, they stall him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
The Browns are lining up to punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his first. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Irving on the inside give. And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Once again, Irving. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. Ball at the 33 for first down. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Got his target, it's up. And he's gonna bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Second and 3 now. On the give, this is Irving. And he's not going to get much. A modest gain at best to the 41. They pick up a yard. Still need one more, though. Third down coming up. Now it's Irving. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Yeah, I get it. Fans will measure a running back's merit by touchdowns, yards, fantasy football world we live in. But as coaches and teammates, Kate, they want something a little bit more. They want to see plays like that, a guy who will always get the short yards in a critical spot like that.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. From the gun, Mayfield. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Now here's a spot where the timing's got to be absolutely perfect, Kate, between the quarterback and the receiver. That throw is made before that receiver's ever thinking of coming out of his cut. Too early, it's incomplete. Too late, and it's headed the other way.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 48. Got Evans, it's complete. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. If they don't close quickly, he could take it to the house.
1st and 10 from the 41. Godwin, the man in motion left. 1st and 10, here's Mayfield. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Mayfield to throw again. That's Evans making the catch outright. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That's incomplete left side.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. On target to Godwin. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. They send the tight end in motion left. Still sticking with the passing game. Oh no, the ball is loose! And it's a turnover, the defense has it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You know, Kate, that's a stop they're going to use as teaching tape for an entire season. Heck, the offseason. Back pressed against their own end zone, making an impact play no one expected to force a fumble. His effort directly kept points off the scoreboard, and it's that type of effort the coaches want to see from everyone on the field.
Now we see the Browns offense headed out. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. From the gun, it's Ford. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Browns don't want to see this one go to overtime. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Watson. That's Tillman, he's got it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
First down, Cleveland.
Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. Back to throw. He's on the move. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. Here he is to throw. And this throw is knocked away, incomplete. David Njoku, the guy he was looking for. And now they face 2nd down.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Dump off caught by his back. And they make the tackle at the 38. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. They motion the tight end over. Here's Chubb. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. He'll look to throw it. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here he is to throw. Into the hands of Tillman, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Here's an important kick now for Dustin Hopkins. A very short kick here from the right hash. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. So everything comes down to this from Dustin Hopkins. This only a chip shot from the right hash. That one is good! And he trails the chip shot to win them this game! So the Browns will take this win home with them. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a well-earned win for the Browns, as with that, we sign off from Tampa.